All right, our first studios. Everybody in the audience, welcome.
Thank you everyone for coming. Thanks DJ Khaled. Good show on today. Oh, we have so many guests. Sorry. Oprah Winfrey. All right. Where are my homegirls from Jackson, Mississippi? That's where it all begins. There we go. Coming back to you. All right. Since I'm an interviewer or a news reporter, this is weird. I'm just talking about my life. It's gonna be great. Okay. It all started in Jackson, Mississippi, 1952. My teenage mother gave birth to me at the age of 16. She was never around a lot, and I grew up with my grandparents, my grandpa Vernon and my grandma Hattie Mae. She taught me how to read, taught me everything. So by the age of 5, I was reading the Bible and reciting in churches at the Methodist Church in Buffalo. Love you guys. My mother left me around this time I was learning to read. She moved back up to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. There we go. And to be with the industry, to make more money, and to get away from me because she was still young and wild at heart. And this was a hard time in my life. I was filling the void with books and things. I moved back up. My grandpa got sick, so I moved back up to Milwaukee to be with my mother again, and I was greeted by 2 half-siblings. This kind of ticked me off a little bit. I was like, Mom, you left me, and then you go and have 2 more children. And so I started acting out again. I never had a good relationship with her. She would bring home boys, her man friends, and I was molested several times between the ages of 7 and 10. And this, I like to think of this as like a way, like I want you guys to see me as an inspiration because you can turn your life around at any moment. I don't regret anything in my life, but there are certain parts I don't look upon with fondness, and my teenage years were definitely one of these times. I stole from my mother because I had absolutely no respect for her. I was sexually promiscuous. I stole from my rich friends at my rich school. My mother tried to send me to a juvenile detention center, and this is where I like to think God helped me a lot, was watching out for me a lot in my life. I moved away. My mother no longer wanted me. Well, she never did, but she really didn't want me now. I moved down to Tennessee to be with my birth father, who I'd never met before, and my stepmother, and they both helped me turn around my life a lot. My father enrolled me into the first co-ed school I'd ever attended, and this is what really opened my eyes because I was so comfortable here, and I realized that the world should be like this. I eventually would go on, I'll get into it later, about how I tried to put an end to like discrimination, especially in Chicago. Where we are now, Chicago. All right, and then I got involved in school. I started like turning everything around. I was getting straight A's. I was student body president. I was extremely popular for not just my brains, but my good looks, gentlemen. And I was invited. I would do school speakings. I'd always been a good speaker. I'd always been myself, like very natural. So I was invited to go to a radio station where I was eventually hired as a talk show host for the WJZ radio show. This got me, I got a lot of money from this, and I was also elected to speak for churches, and immediately I gave the money back, of course. I never kept a dime to myself. I was then promoted to the WJZ TV I was going to be on a People Are Talking show. I had to choose between my full ride to the Tennessee State University and to become a talk show host on the People Are Talking. I started at college and I had so many people tell me I was only offered this job with WJZ-TV that I was only offered because I was their diversity. I was the black woman that got them more views. I knew I was better than this, so I immediately went into career. I finished my diplomas with communication skills later. I was 22. I was the star of the show. I was co-hosting with the most sexist and racist man I've ever met, who I don't even want to remember the name of. And he was fired eventually. I got the show to myself, and I won an Emmy for the best talk show host, and I knew I had proved everyone wrong from that point on from college. I kept going with my career, and I was promoted. I was still with WJZ-TV, and I decided to leave and start my own show. Hello. And now, we will be going to the book section of the show, and it's my own. Wow. It's called The Path to Fitness. I wrote this in 2002, but I'm just now telling you guys about it. It's pretty great. As you know, every book I mention on the Oprah Winfrey Show, as in the Oprah Book Club, immediately skyrockets in sales and becomes a bestseller. So, I'm pretty sure since my name's on it, it would already have done that, but here you go. It's called The Path to Fitness. I co-wrote it with Rob. He's my personal trainer. I am a big woman, and I am proud of it. I had so many people tell me that I couldn't be fit if I was this big, and I immediately ran a marathon 3 days later because I was like, you can be big and strong. And that's what I did. I have given to charities. Like that marathon, I actually raised a lot of money through the Oprah Winfrey Show. Thank you, avid supporters. I got through the Oprah Winfrey Foundation that I founded in 2001, I got a lot of support when I ran my marathon. I have donated over $50.2 million to the Angel Network Foundation, the Oprah Winfrey Angel Network Foundation. Almost every charity I give to has my name on it. I collected, with the help of you guys, actually my viewers, I collected 200 people, and we went down to South Africa and we started the O Ambassadors Project, which we gave shoes and clothing and shelter and food and school supplies and toys, everything you could ever need. We founded a school. The first graduating class was actually in 2011, and we had 200 volunteers, and I thank everyone very much. And that's time for commercial break. Thank you, everyone.